Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining tonight. Tonight we would like to tonight's meetup. We would like to focus on the topic to learn about the latest Japanese tech markets, for example, in the AI field, robotic field, or fintech field. So sit back and relax and enjoy your time. So for today's agenda, we will go through the introductions, and then after that, we will talk about and learn about the latest tech markets in Japan. And we will also show some possible job informations and tools to support your career fly in Japan. And then we will close. So for today's goal, we would like to learn the latest tech market in Japan and possibly if able to help you to apply one positions in Japan. So now we'd like to have just a short introduction about two tools that could possibly help you career up in Japan. One is CQI, Cross-Culture Adaptation Test. The other is Sales Language Practice App. So stay until the end to hear more about details about these two tools. So today, our topic is focusing on the latest technology in Japan. So even before that, we would like to kind of look at the IT industries. As we may know that IT industries continue growing in Japan, and we expect it to even continue grow. Maybe during the COVID time, they're slightly down, but after the COVID time, we still see the tendencies and still going upwards. So now I will hand over the microphone to Tomomi. So thank you very much. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your time.
Okay, so from this page, can you? I will explain you how the latest tech market in Japan. Okay, so I will explain about AI, robotics, and also fintech market in Japan. And I will compare with global markets and also like tell you what kind of technologies are popular in Japan too, so that you can utilize that information for your job hunting in Japan. So let's start from AI market in Japan. So first of all, as most of you know, AI is one of the fastest growing domain in the world. AI stands for artificial intelligence, so it can replace labor that human beings do. This technology made our life totally different, as you know. Here in the graph, you can see how much labor were replaced by AI. In China, already 85% of labor was replaced, it said, in 2020 already. Comparing to the other developed country, actually in Japan, as you can say, only 39% is replaced. Seems like in Japan, we still have the late technologies here. However, in the positive way, we have more space to grow this domain. So if you're the AI engineer, if you want to grow up your career, here in Japan, we have a lot of space to actually try and take challenge and change the society with your technology. So let's now take a look at how the Japanese AI market right now. So even though the market still seems small compared to the other countries, it's growing rapidly. And as you know, if I just only say AI, this word, it actually contains a lot of domains and fields. For example, machine learning platform, data analyzing, translations, image recognitions, and so on. Among these fields, it is said that in Japan, voice recognition and image recognition are the best field to grow. Look at this graph. In 2022, it is said that the market will be about 200 billion JPY. However, in 2025, it is predicted to be doubled. So if you are aimed to be an AI engineer in Japan, maybe these two fields are the good fields to get in. So let's see what kind of technology Japanese company use for AI machine learning. Actually, most of the cases, the latest technology comes from the English-speaking countries or Western countries. So most likely, Japanese company follow that trend. Usually, the popular ones in the global market too. For example, Pandas, Scikit-learn, OpenCV, TensorFlow, those are the main technologies that people use. In the programming language part, we use Python, R, Julia, JavaScript, C++, Java, etc. As career supporter, we see a lot about Python and R for the programming language. So if you are learning AI machine learning, or if you want to get a job in Japan as this kind of field engineer, and these languages and libraries are the must to learn, I would say. Okay, so now let's take a look at robotics market. So robotics market is one of the most growing domain as AI. And it is said that every year, average 11% of growth is found in the global. And robotic market was about 42 billion US dollars scale in 2021. And it is said that it's kind of scale up to 116 billion US dollar scale. And when we talk about this global market of robotics field, we cannot ignore the Japanese companies, because look at this graph. Market share of industrial robotic companies in 2020, and out of 7 companies and top companies, 4 companies are from Japan. So we can tell that in robotics, Japanese companies are very good and also strong and have a big presence in global market too. So where in Japan we can find the robots? Mainly, we can find robots working and active in these 4 industries. First of all, we can find the industry and factories, robots in factories or like manufacturing domain. And also we can find robots in the infrastructure part. For example, bridges, the big plants and roads, tunnels, those kind of infrastructures are secured by the robots, especially drones. And carrying robots, since maybe most of the people know that Japan is facing huge problem of aging and also the population decrease. So carrying robots are the next top demands in the robotics market. And also service robot. Japan is one of the most the country which is chosen to travel from the world. So service robots, which helps the tourists with hundreds of languages, or working so hard in the sightseeing places. Now the COVID is getting over, so we can see these service robots working everywhere, even more in Japan. And especially drone market is huge in Japan. This graph shows the world top 20 drone vendor in the world in 2020. Actually, the best company was Decurret, and it's Japanese company. And as we just saw, in the infrastructure field, drone works a lot. This is said that it is said that because most of the Japanese infrastructure were built after the World War II, so it's about to like 100-year anniversary for most of the infrastructure. So we need repair, and not only repairs, but also we need to see where we have gaps, we have the collapsions, so that we can maintain the infrastructure safe. So drone is one of the biggest market in Japan. If you're interested about drone, yes, it's a good timing. So please check our, please keep watching this meetup, and you will get in the job descriptions about drone company. So let's see the technologies and technical sets for robotics market in Japan. Basically, there are a lot of technologies are used. So I just mainly focused on design tool and the programming language here. So for design, most of the company uses SolidWorks, CADDi, AutoCAD, and Autodesk Inventor and Autodesk Fusion 260. So we need like basically 3D design tools are popular. And for programming language, C, C++, Python, Java, those four are the main programming language for robotics domain. So if you're interested about this domain, you can't miss to learn this design tool and programming languages. So let's see the fintech market as the last one. Fintech market is, again, growing rapidly, but when comparing to the robotics market, actually fintech market grow even higher, more than 20% growth in each year. But as AI market, still in Japan, we don't have a big growth yet. The reason is because Japan has had very strong the restrictions for the financial domain. So it was kind of later than the other countries when we started to invest. It was later 2016. So we can say that as AI domain, we have much more potential of the fintech market to grow. And when we talk about fintech domain, crypto domain is what we cannot miss. So look at this graph. This is the trust balance number in cryptocurrency. And you can see that later 2020, the graph gets steadily higher. So it is said that one of the biggest reasons was NFT technology and metaverse domain. So as the Facebook changed their name to the Meta, globally, the metaverse market will rapidly grow. So we can say that cryptocurrency and blockchain domain will rapidly grow in Japan too in the future. And when we talk about fintech domain, we cannot miss these four main technologies: AI machine learning, blockchain, IoT, and biometrics. So for AI machine learning, I think you can guess how we use this. So AI machine learning is used for analyzing the big data of financial data. And also it's used for predictions of the market, prediction of the rate, etc. And blockchain, we cannot use the let's say NFTs and metaverse without blockchain, also cryptocurrency. So this technology is used a lot in the fintech technology. And also IoT. Now it's kind of being general and ordinal things, but wearable devices are being your wallet. So IoT is one of the technology that we cannot miss. And finally, biometrics, face recognitions, voice recognitions, those for the security side of fintech, biometrics are important. So if you want to get into fintech field and also want to work in Japan, these four main technologies are must to run. Okay, so we quickly went through these three main latest technologies in Japan and market. If you have any comments or the questions, please leave comments in the chat so that we can track and answer to all the questions to you. So thank you so much for listening.
So thank you very much, Tomomi. And so hope you already enjoy your time learning about the market. Tomomi. And so for now, we would like to talk about the possible job opportunity that relate to the markets and the technology which Tomomi already shared with us. So let's start with the first company. So this first company name is CADDi, and what they're working on is to unleash the potential of manufacturing industries. But how does that relate to AI or relate to the latest technology? So allow me to share my screen a little bit to show you their websites.
Dean-san, we can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Let me restart again. Sorry about this. So about CADDi, they are the companies which they would like to unleash the potentials for the manufacturing industries. And for example, I am the person who has the ideas of a specific product which I want to produce and sell. So if I'm a customer and I get the idea, I just go to CADDi instead of going to each manufacturing industry, find the factory to make the product for me. Go to CADDi. CADDi will help me taking care of the supply chains, taking care of everything until I just get the products. So the only thing I need to do is go to CADDi. But in between these, where do the latest technologies like AI involve here? So here, for example, maybe the price predictions, or maybe the supply chain issues predictions, or the procurement process as well, or even keep the cost down for the supply chains as well. So in this part, as you may see, because of these issues or topic that might be happening in the process of getting the products for me. So that's why CADDi has some of the positions that are related to the latest technologies. So yeah, as you may see, going back to the slides, right now CADDi has some opening positions such as data scientist or machine learning engineer, and on top of that also data engineers, backend engineers, etc. So many different positions are available from CADDi. And about these positions, they do not require Japanese language skills. Most of their positions do not require Japanese language skills. And even if you're overseas, you still can apply to the positions. So after CADDi, now I will move to the next company. Okay, so this next company name is Spiral, and this is a drone. What Spiral is working on, they're not making the drones, but they are the company who create the drone control systems. So it's related to the robotic industry, which Tomomi previously just have shared with us. So as you may see here on the screen, you see there's a drone and there's a QR code. So I would like to tell you about the special points about Spiral. So also allow me to share my screen again. So as you may see on the screen right now, and also as what Tomomi has explained before about the drones, how drone can help humans or can help human, for example, in the construction site. It could be dangerous for a human to go in to check the leak, the cracks. What if the building collapse? What would happen? So what drone comes in here is the drone has a camera sensor going into the building, detecting all the issues. But on top of this, so this is a kind of computer vision engineering AI engineer's job. But on top of this, what's special about the Spiral is not only the AI part for the computer visions, but also the way they work for the way they control the drones. Actually, no one needs to control the drones. What they use is QR codes. The camera will at the same time when they move, for example, on the screen, as you may see from the one, and you see the camera would scan the QR codes, and the QR codes would tell the drones to move how certain distance with certain distance with certain directions. And once they move with a certain direction, next part, there's another QR code for the camera to scan again. And when the drone is moving, the camera of the drone will at the same time catch on maybe let's say the cracks of the buildings or the conditions of the building until move to the next QR code. Camera scan again and move to a different directions. And then when reading the QR codes, the camera sensors would tell the system, the embedded systems, to control the drones to move to different directions. So in this case, nobody needs to control the drone. No human being needs to control. The drones can move by itself. So let's go back to the slides. So right now, as you may just hear me mentioning about, for example, computer vision engineer, this is the AI positions. The other is embedded engineers and also web application engineers. So these are right now 3 different positions available from Spiral. And these 3 positions also do not require Japanese language skills. And if you're overseas, it's also welcome to apply as well. So the next company, it's Decurret. And actually Decurret, they are, as what Tomomi previously mentioned about cryptocurrency, the fintech industry. So Decurret, they are one of the biggest trading platform for the cryptocurrency in Japan. And they working with the mega banks and also maybe the main Japanese infrastructure companies as trust too, and they want to become one of the main bank for cryptocurrency. So currently their position available are, for example, full stack engineers, development engineers, but as a fintech, security, it's also important. So infrastructure, security engineer, etc. also available. And on top of this, since trading or cryptocurrency, when people trade, timing is also quite important. So mobile engineers are also available. Having a mobile app on your phone, you can constantly checking your status of the trading, so the price, etc. So currently the 4 positions right now shown on the screen here are available from Decurret. So if you're interested in these positions, interested in fintech market, cryptocurrency, the above 3 the Decurret would be one of your choice as well. So if you're interested in these 3 companies, please fill out the form in the Google form in the chat box, and then we'll be able to get back to you. this page is, if you like to get to know more about Japanese job market informations or any border news, etc., you can follow careerfly's LinkedIn page or connect with either Tomomi's account. Either you see on the screen right now the presentations, or our screen behind us. Those are our QR code links for the LinkedIn account, so you can connect with us. So yeah, hopefully we can all connect together through LinkedIn. So thank you very much, everyone. So please take your time to fill out the form, and we will set this here for another 5 minutes. So take your time to fill out the form, and we're looking forward to hear from you.